Everyone. Today I want to share one more poem from Emily Dickinson's There is a Certain Slant of Light poem. This poem, when you read this, looks very simple. In abstract, it is nothing. There is a light comes inside, and she feels what that light is meant for, and imagination, and also what actually it brings in her so many ideas, so many thoughts, and its penetration, its impact, something it brings some pain or sufferings from the God, where God is sending through this sunlight, as a form of sunlight through the hair. It looks very simple, but when you go in detail, it describes how, as a human, we are suffering in life. And just a slant of light, a beam of light rays comes inside. Suppose you are diseased or you're having some problems and you cannot go outside, and when it comes and touches on you, you feel it's not comfortable. The light is not representing positive. It is something which is came to take you from this place or something like that. So it's a very it is relevant as usual, like near death experience, how to differentiate the death and life through this light. When there's a slant of light, and a wonderful poem. We go in detail by reading this. And once you read, let me go, and also you will have an idea, and then we'll go in detail what actually she felt when she saw the light on winter afternoon. Okay. There is a certain slant of light on a winter afternoons that oppresses like the weight of cathedral tunes. Heavenly hurt it gives us. Heavenly hurt it gives us. We can find no scar, but internal difference where the meanings are. None may teach it anything. It's the sealed despair, an imperial affliction centers of the hair. When it comes, the landscape listens, shadows hold their breath. When it goes, it's like the distance on the look of death. This is a complete poem. So let us be going. First stanza, there is a certain slant of light on a winter afternoons that oppresses like the weight of cathedral tunes. So whenever we talk about light, so light is something positive. We always represent light, remove the darkness, something like light means it's a positive. But here, she's taken light on winter afternoons. So winter is also something, the season-wise. There are two aspects. One, the winter means, as we know, it is very cold and we cannot go out, and there are so many problems. It's like something bad, something is not good, cannot go. Something like it's not good. Winter is always, some sign of uncomfortability. And also it indicates the winter afternoon. That is, afternoon means maybe you've passed half of your life. Maybe that also. Think like that. And also it's a bad indication. So when there is a certain slant of light on winter afternoons, so it is not pleasant light where you will enjoy. According to her, maybe think she's already having some problems, health issue, and maybe she's it's already winter outside, it's cold, and maybe like she's suffering, and this light comes, something like this, a slant, a beam of light comes. What she feels then, that light is like that oppresses like the weight of cathedral tunes. So that suffering, that pain, that brings, that light brings, when like that light touches her, means this pain that is she's experienced is, it's like the weight of cathedral tunes. There is also, church cathedral tunes there, where very sober music was played, normally very slow music or something like that. And also this is, the ceilings are very high. You might have seen churches. So here what she feeling, and she maybe, she cannot get up because she feels, that's the pain. That's a comparison, like how the music is sober. It's some sort of, not like jazzy music or something like rock music. It's like sober, slow music. And also the ceilings. See this, that pain. What is she's experiencing when that light touches or comes in the winter afternoon? She feels like that suffering is, she cannot get up because the ceilings are so high, like in the church. And also the pain is like a sober music. It just keep on continuing. This you could experience when you get to some viral infections. All body pain, and you cannot get up. You can't see also something. It's all heavy. You feel that kind of feeling she's experiencing at that moment. Because the pain, that suffering, is a weight of cathedral tunes. When you think of cathedral tunes, means it's normal music. It's very slow, sober music. But look at that ceiling, that imagination of church. Inside there we have a ceiling that's she's unable. That is something is heavy is put on her, and she cannot get up. That is the pain, suffering she is going through. This slant of light, and on winter afternoon it comes. It is heavenly hurt it gives us. Like she continued, the impact of that pain is heavenly hurt it gives us. We can find no score. No, that is not making any score. That is not making any physical wound. But it also creating some internal difference, where the meanings are something like, this heavenly hurt, this light, she thinks it came from the heaven, something like that. So, and that pain is also hurting. That is, what is that? That's too much heavy. That's, she may be experiencing the pain is too much, and it is not like physically she's experiencing. That brings, maybe you have, as already I told, you have some disease, something like infection, or viral infection, or and something is coming. What you feel, it is like much more difficult. So what is there? It is really come from the heaven, or it making. So that is the impact. They are feeling uncomfortable. That is she's experiencing, but something is coming inside in her mind also. Where these meanings are, what actually this pain is coming from, why this suffering is within me, why this is coming from. Is heaven is mainly sending such sufferings, pains, or something else? Is there also something good? This is the difference. Some ambiguous statements is coming within her. That is what she is feeling at that moment, what is happening. It looks like heavy thing is put on you and you cannot get up. And the pain, suffering you are tolerating. That is normally, and also so many thoughts, ideas comes. That is what is created, this slant of light. None may teach anything. So no one can teach this, how it is happening, this is how it going to happen. It's something like you and something nature, or may think like between you and God, and your pains you only know. None may teach it what is happening, how it should happen, and how you should feel. These things cannot be taught to anybody or anything. It is like everyone has got that feeling. None may teach it anything. So no one teach this anything about this, or feelings which is right now it's happening in our. This the seal, it's the seal, despair, an imperial affliction sent us of the hair. So this is also something sent from the pain, or pain sent from the God. Something like, it's from the heaven, like God, emperor, or someone is sending some pains or sufferings. It's a despair. That is what it's come to her through that light. She's feeling like that. So she's experiencing. That's what something is, what is happening inside. And it is through the hair. God is sending something. It may be she's feeling so much of pain is God is giving us. Let me go off. Let us go. I don't want to suffer more. When you feel, when you're reluctant, I don't want to come. When God asks, it's your time is over, let you come back to me, something like that. This may be her imagination. That is coming message to, like, through the hair. It's coming. It's just imagination. That light, when she touches her, she might have think all those things. And this is, if you don't go, means more pains, more suffering. Maybe that is what she's experiencing at that moment. I don't know exactly, but this is maybe, definitely she might have come across. This is what she feels. That's what she's expressing. That is what I notice. You have to go, otherwise you have more pain and something. That suffering has to be continued. That's sent. When it comes, again continued. When it comes, the landscape, that's a nature, listens. Nothing can be more, anything we cannot change. Nothing will change. Nothing will help you. It's like all helpless. When it comes, the landscape listens. Shadows hold their breath. Nothing. It just stops. Nothing is happening. That is what she's. When it is like when God sends something, message, your expiry, your data on the earth is all, you have to come back, means this is what happens. This is what is, she's feeling. Nature, let's look at outside, it just stands still. All shadows also not moving. It's not their breath. Hold their breaths, nothing, just all night. When it goes, when it goes, she's feeling. Suppose this pain, this suffering, everything goes, it's like the distance on the look of death. Like all this pain, everything you had, and suddenly, tomorrow you are all right. So this all pain, heaviness, everything goes. And what do you talk about tomorrow? So you feel like a near experience death. Almost I've seen death like that. It's like a distance on the look of death. I've seen the death. So this, something like life and death. That is what this the slant of light brings on us. So we do also come across many times this slant of rays of beams enter into our house where you are sleeping in the early morning, and it comes. And we never thought like this. We do not have an idea of imagination like this. There's all things like spiritual. There is something she paints what is experiencing, and also nature. So this is a wonderful, how she thinks the death is something which is you can find. This are all like most of the time. So when you are becoming old age, or when you have some diseases, maybe you feel like this. That slant of light is coming, that is bringing something. When you're seeing that, you feel more painful, and this painful, it does really God sent to us. And so many confusions, so many things, and nobody will teach that. Nobody can understand these things. And these are all the sufferings came from some emperor. That's why God sent something, all those things. And again, when it comes, these are the things happens. When it goes, everything is fine. So this is what she felt. It's like near to death experience. Anyone who almost died and came back, they will have this kind of feelings. I think this is one of the I've enjoyed this poem. I think you also may enjoy. You take it in depth. You will get. So when I read, I got these points. Maybe when you read, again, when you go in deeper, you may get more about this life and death. Okay.